Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-hour art check round 111. I don't think I'm gonna get over the saying like the 100 anytime
I'm
soon.
not
Actually.
getting over it either.
Every time I type it, I'm like, what the heck? And it's just yeah. Anyways, every time I type like three numbers, what is this? Anyway, sorry we're a little bit late. It's my fault. I was cuddling with my dog and did not pay attention to time at all. But we will get right to it. Last art check. Emily, what have you gotten done since we did Wednesday, right?
Yes.
What have you gotten done since Wednesday?
So, I think I accomplished a lot more now. What's crazy is underneath this, there's so many things. But because it's an animation, like it shows up at different times. So this is like all the assets like on. Let me actually pull this up so I can move it around. And then there's more assets off to the side. Yeah. There's I'm pretty sure I surpassed like 103 layers.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The
best. So there's just like a lot. And
did you label them all, or is it just layer 1, 2,
they're
3?
labeled. They're labeled. So I'm pretty sure everything's labeled. I wouldn't be surprised if like I missed something, but I went through everything.
Especially where you're working for Kerr.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got a label.
Oh yeah. My gosh. I didn't even think about that.
Well, I mean,
you get crucified in like vector graphics, like doing a paid job for him.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, like it's literally for this reason. Like the reason why he like makes people label stuff is for this exact thing of like handoff. And animation in particular, like if you are doing your own project and you're not labeling stuff and you've made all those assets yourself, you will go insane. And so I morally, I'm like, I can't not label all of this. He's gonna go crazy just with this, like 100 and something layers. But yeah, I went through and oh man, I labeled each one. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, and I had a lot of this stuff already done, but I didn't have a lot of it done. I was fine tweaking a lot of stuff, and like I said, there's a ton of layers. So it was a lot of work to do that, but I was also like tightening stuff up because it was like really fat and messy and loose for like the shapes were really rounded and less defined, and I went through and just tightened it up, I guess. Like the palm trees in the back, like they look a lot more like palm trees as opposed to just I don't know, fluff. Yeah. And then I did this scene, which is still in progress. So like the background I'm really happy with. I don't know how I feel about the heart yet. I'm pretty intimidated by this one because I have to make like a set of frames to show it beating. So that freaks me out a little bit, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. And I've got a caterpillar, which I think the caterpillar's done, and then the cocoon thing is not really close to being done. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. The background of this is really fun though. Like I really enjoyed making this. All this vines and leaves and
that's awesome.
Whatnot. So yeah, that's what I did pretty much.
All right, Kiley.
Okay.
Kiley, were you here Wednesday too?
No.
Monday. Okay, so
But I have
Monday.
done all of this stuff since Wednesday.
Oh.
Oh no.
I can't keep track of days anymore.
Oh no. Okay.
So sorry.
The first thing is I designed one more sticker. I ordered 25 each of 3 different stickers. I'll share those with you guys right now. So just someone want to share my screen? So this is the first one I ordered. This is the second one. It's a circle. It's Moira Rose. And then this is the third one, except, okay, this one, it was hard to, I didn't find like the exact thing that I ordered, but it'll be like this. It'll be circle shaped, like, so the full bleed will come to the red. And then it'll be on transparent like sticker. And then the heart and the words will be black. And so it'll be like the black words and heart in the middle, and then the rainbow. And then all the negative space around the heart and words will be transparent. So
I was like, oh, is she doing a cool material on that one? That looks like one that would do really well. I was like,
so,
is she doing hollow paper? And then
that'd be cool too.
And then I looked at it. I'm like, I bet it's transparent.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it. I actually want to do the text and heart white, but the thing is, like, it would be, because the transparent paper will also make the ink a little bit transparent. And so they were like, they sent me like, one of their designers sent me like something, and they were like, you need to change this darker. And I'm like, okay. So they actually jukebox print.
Oh, you told me about them last time.
Yeah, so that's, I think, what my friend does them through, and they're like weatherproof. And also I printed them on eco-friendly paper, which is nice, but it's like still really good quality. So I'm excited. I'm also terrified. Like 75 stickers is a lot to invest. And so I'm hoping they turn out great. But I wanted to order enough that I could get free shipping and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna send it. And so I have confidence I'll be able to sell them. Like, I just don't know how long. Like, it might take me a while to sell some of them, but it'll be good to see. So anyway, I did that. And then the next thing that I did,
you should make a dog mom sticker, like your plant mom one.
I know. I need to make a dog mom one. That would be so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that I did, because I was like thinking about mailing these, because I think that I just want to put them in like a standard envelope. And I'm going to print off at home, just on my printer at home. I'm going to print off these. Let me see. I'm going to need someone to share my screen again. I'm sorry. I designed these little things that I can print on cardstock. And so it's like,
oh,
just
that's
a little
cute.
thank you, but then it'll also help support the envelope from being too bendy, you know? So I can just like put one of these in the envelope, put the stickers in, and then send it in the mail.
That's so awesome.
Thanks. Okay, and then the next thing I did is, so I got asked to design a so the camp I'm working at, I got asked to either design a design for either their t-shirts or limited edition sweatshirts, because my marketing director, my supervisor, is making one design, and then they're having me make another, and then they'll decide which one is going on which. Either way, it's going to go on like clothing. And they hired me to do it, and I'm really excited about it. And so I started. This is like honestly the first time since graduating that I like felt like I really followed the process, and I like followed the process of that I learned in like my design classes. Like, I started sketching, and then I brought them in and like digitalized them. And so, and I actually felt super passionate about it. So these are like some of my little sketches of different ideas. And then I have a cool way to show you guys them all. So then after like going through the sketching process, I put them onto my iPad and I traced them to clean up the sketches to then send to my supervisor. And my supervisor is having her supervisors look over them, and they're going to choose a design, get back to me, and then I'll perfect that design. So these are definitely just concepts. They're just clean concepts, if that makes sense. So if someone wants to share my screen. So this is the first sketch, and then this is it cleaned up. And then the second sketch is this one right here. And I changed this last item. I was like Grand Teton or something, but they have like this ball on their ropes course that like campers jump to grab. And so I changed it into that instead to incorporate their ropes course. Then I have this sketch, which transforms to this. I have this one. This is like definitely shows like sketches to cleaned version, because there's like a huge difference between these two, I feel like. But then this is my final design for that one. Well, you know, my
Final sketch.
final sketch. And then this to this. So they were really fun, and I feel really like proud of them and excited. And I also am
those are
excited
awesome.
because I'm like, hey, if like the ones that they don't pick, I could like switch up a little bit and then sell them as stickers probably, because I'm like proud of the designs of them.
I really like
And the
that last
designs are, like-
circular one, by the way.
Thanks. I like that one too. So we'll see, but Kylie's been busy, guys.
Yeah, you did so much.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I've been working on a tattoo design I got commissioned for.
Heck yeah.
And that one's been really fun. I'm not done with that. I actually just sent another proof over to the client.
Looks great.
Thanks. And
I know the client.
Yeah, it's not for Kayla, but she doesn't know the client.
I do know the client, and I knew that you were getting commissioned for it. This like the day you got commissioned for it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm always like really nervous working for like things like this, but it's been fun. It's also like I want to make sure that I do something. I've never done a tattoo design, but I'm really excited to do it, but I'm like, I want to make sure that they love it. You know, like I do not want them to be like, that's nice, but not really like it, you know? So I've been really, I don't know. It's been cool. I'll probably show it to you guys when it's done, maybe if the client gives me permission, but it's been fun. It's been just like a single line drawing. So it's been cool. That's what I've been up to.
That's so cool.
The client likes it a lot.
I'm glad the client likes it.
just to let you know. If that makes you feel any better. As somebody who gets told and shown it. I did a commission for a friend as well.
Wow, you guys!
Same person.
You guys!
So
I'm so proud of you guys!
Thanks. Oh, that looks so good.
Thanks. I'm sorry that there's like a god-awful glare. Let me try this. Did that fix it?
No.
Dang!
Oh, okay, there's like... No, it didn't fix it.
Turn the brightness down all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, on
your iPad. That's what I have to do every time.
That made it worse.
That was too far. But
you said all the way.
I know. I didn't.
One second.
Then it was like all glare. We just saw like your window.
1 second. I'm not gonna. It's back in texts that I don't want to share on Artcheck. Give me a minute. Ah, haha. There we go. Share. You guys are just gonna. I'm gonna do it like Emily used to do. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's
Oh,
this.
it looks so good.
Hey.
Thank you.
We
So,
love to see it.
yep. So commissioned that for a friend. Or no, she commissioned me to do that.
Yeah.
And then I had to do a skills assessment for class. So I had 20 minutes and I couldn't trace. And I had to
Dang,
remake
that looks
this
so
gun
good.
with
Did they
this.
make you do that specific one, or did you get
Yeah.
to pick one?
Mm-mm.
That's cool.
So I think this is a gun that Kerr actually made.
That's
And
good.
so you got 20 minutes. So I spent like my first 3 minutes like sketching it. Because I was like, oh, I can find the shapes. And so
Woo.
So I did like, here's like the worst
Oh,
sketch I've
nice.
ever done. But you can see it's
It's so
color coded.
helpful. Mhm.
Yeah, because like I tried to like figure out like the specific shapes because I used the shape builder tool.
I love making stuff. I never make stuff like that. But I love doing that because it's so like almost like analytical.
This?
Yeah, like it's just
Yeah.
like, aha, I know how to make the shapes out of this.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like some differences and like I can see them. But honestly, for 20 minutes,
That's good.
I feel like I did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had to make this in
Oh my
another
gosh,
20
I
minutes.
failed at that so hard.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm terrible at Photoshop. And also my files wouldn't download when I was in the class. And so I literally had like 3 minutes per skill assessment. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. My Mac was freezing. Sorry.
Oh, dang. So this was homework for us. And
that's so nice.
And then here's like, this is the one that I had to copy. And then this was mine. So this one it's not perfect. Like you can definitely see some difference.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I think the pinks are different, but I can't really tell you. So
yeah, they are.
Yeah. Well, I used the little like color
eyedropper?
theme. Well, I used the little color theme tool on InDesign where you click it and then it just pulls all the different colors from the thing.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, it's like a subset of the eyedropper.
You can do that on Procreate too.
Yeah, so I did that, and so if that's the program's fault, not mine. I'm colorblind. I did the thing, and I wasn't given hex codes. Anyway, so I did that. So that took like an hour, not including like breaks in between, because there was no way I was doing all that back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the commission, and I did not do the sketches that I said I was going to.
But you did a lot of stuff.
That's okay, you did things.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I did. Guys, no, I did that last time where my portfolio got fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went through and actually like pulled some of my best work from it and like did like this whole like self promo, choosing like stuff. I don't think I can share it because it has other people's stuff, and I think that might be against FERPA. But if I do it this way, where you can't see anything else, so long as nobody, what did I just do? So long as nobody sends a message while I'm doing this, we're fine. Guys, it won't let me share my screen. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I was like,
And no, it wouldn't let me click the button. So anyways, I chose like my top 10 stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, I did like this whole thing. But that took a while because I wanted to find like legit like my best stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this was cool to look back on because that was literally last semester. But that was such a blur that I genuinely was looking at it and I was like, hey, I remember this vaguely. This was due at a really bad time. But yeah, so I did that. One of them wasn't school, but the rest of them were. So, which is just what life is going to be for Artcheck right now for me. But
yeah,
challenges, Emily.
Having trouble focusing.
The topic.
Yep, the topic. So I guess I'll like keep it to a minimum, but basically just I'm distracted all the time. And it leads to me like zoning out. Pretty sure I have like ADD. I'm having lots of moments.
I was about to say, I don't know if this is rude for me to ask, but do you have ADD or ADHD?
I'm pretty sure I must have one of them because it definitely runs in the family. My little sister has it. My mom has it. And I am currently in the like conceptualizing phase of my big project. And so I'm just daydreaming about that all the time, basically. So, yeah, I'm just having trouble focusing in general, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you're hyper-focusing on one thing.
I'm hyper-focusing on one thing for sure. It's getting old. It's been happening since, like, November. So, yeah, that, and then on top of that, I'm going on vacation soon, and I want to like look at swimsuits. And also, I got back into. I'm sorry. There's
that train just came by my house.
It's outside of mine.
It's right outside of mine.
That's why my mic has been muted because it's just going.
Yep. It is. Like I can see the train from my window. That's how close for the folks at home, that's how close I am. I'm literally probably as close as
that close.
Yeah, I'm probably as close as a safe. Well, no, there's way closer stuff in Rexburg to that.
I was going to say, I used to live at Central Park, and it literally is like through the backyard.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was louder at your guys' place than it was at mine, luckily. But
yeah, it's got like a clear shot because it's just got that parking lot for the sound to carry through.
Yeah.
So, anyways, oh, and I've been like really back into like I've been craving video games lately, and so my idea is if I like starve myself of those things, I'm gonna burn out and not do anything. And so I'm trying to like put it down to like a healthy level of like, all right, get this out of your system a little bit and then refocus, or play this for a few hours and then do this for a few hours, because I can't like do half hour on, half hour off. It's not enough time. Like I don't know how people like that. So yeah, I just can't focus at all.
okay. Kylie?
So I have been working, and normally I have days off. Like I usually work like Tuesday through Friday, and last week I worked, and normally it's like 23 hours about max a week, and last week I worked like 35 hours, and I worked Tuesday through Saturday, and then I had Sunday off, and then I worked all day today, and then I work all day tomorrow. So it's been like a lot of work, like more than I'm used to, and especially as a nanny, it's very draining. And so that's been a lot. I also have been having a lot of things in my in-laws and my family going on. That's a lot. And also today, I think something hard, which I've had a lot of success, okay, the past week, which I need to count my successes and be proud of myself. Like I made a post yesterday or the day before on my personal account, and it got like organic likes way more than I've gotten anytime. Like normally, like if I do a really good post, it's like around, like it hits 200. If it's like a good image, a good caption, if it gets really high engagement, it hits 200 likes. And unless it's like a photo with a big announcement, like someone I made a couple weeks ago, or like my engagement, like unless it's something like that, it's not higher than like 200. And the post I made like yesterday got like 250 likes. So like way more than normal. And so I've been like happy about that, you know, and I've gotten a lot done. I'm really proud of myself. But today I launched that picture of Jesus on my Etsy shop, and I posted about it, and it has flopped, which is like hard. It's like I've been really excited to post it, and I'm like, oh yeah, as soon as I go on my Etsy shop, like people will like it, people will share it, people will want it and stuff. And no one's like gone to my Etsy shop yet from it, which is okay. Like it's fine. But it's like those of us that like are artists and are used to like putting our stuff out there, hoping for it to be like bought and stuff. It's like you have like that anxiety in you when you launch a new thing. And so when it doesn't do as well as you were hoping it to do, it's hard. Like it just makes me feel really anxious. And so I've been really like, what?
No, I'm just agreeing.
Yeah. I've been like kind of just in a funk today, because I'm like, oh, I worked really hard to get my new Etsy shop running, and I added that listing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna do good. Like it'll be great. I even like said, if you share it on your story, you'll get a discount code and things. I did just have one girl share it, so that's good. But it's hard. Like it's hard when you like are hoping, especially since I've had a lot of really good engagement on that page recently. And all of my posts have been getting more likes. Like since my rebrand, everything's been getting better reach, better engagement. And so this is the first time since that I'm like, no one. And I even shared it on my personal Facebook page, which I thought people would eat up, like my relatives and stuff. And it has like 3 likes. And I'm like, no, it's so sad. But it's
I'm
also
so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just, hard. It's just like I don't want it to affect me because I want to realize that I've gotten a lot of good things that have happened, but it's still like no one likes me. It's still so hard to like not let all the voices go in your head. And so that's been a challenge, I would say. It's hard to not like let that affect you, even though it's just one small thing that will, like, who knows, like in a couple weeks maybe someone will find out on Etsy and it'll pick up. You never know, but like it's still pretty hard.
It sucks because like I don't have any risk by putting stuff on my store because it's all print on demand, but it's still like
and same, that's just digital downloads, but
and so it's still like sucks when it's like, what do you mean you don't like this? Like nobody cares about this. But can I offer some advice, like practical advice, not like emotional advice?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing that I've noticed is like you're selling illustrative stuff, but you're marketing yourself on social media with a lot of photographs. So maybe try to like combine them, because there could be like this expectation issue of just like, it's not that they don't like one or the other, it's just that they're not expecting it from you. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So, like if I were to post a photo, I don't think people would even know that it's from me on Instagram. Yeah. And so like I think when I associate like your social media stuff, it's a lot of photographs, at least for posts. And then when you talk about stuff on your stories, you're always talking about like what you're doing, and that's more graphic designy, but maybe like shifting to like heavier elements like that in like actual posts could help. I don't know, but it's still
try and do like an even mix, but it's so tricky, especially it's hard. It's okay though, like it really is okay. It's just like it's just tricky. It's tricky.
You never know what sticks.
Especially when I like just spent a ton of money on stickers. I'm like, oh, so help me. I better have people buy these stickers. But stickers are like, I think they're easier for people to buy. The other tricky thing is like, I don't want to invest in this, so I am just doing digital downloads. And that is kind of a turnoff for people. Like people, for the most part, would rather have it printed by me and then mailed to them than like have to download it and then print it themselves. And I get that. So I'm like, that's a risk, but like, I don't want to mail these to people, so I don't really care. So it's okay. I'll be fine. It's just a little bit of a challenge. Yeah.
We're here for you though, because I understand that emotional pain. I've cried over social media stuff and store stuff. Yep. When you don't really need to, but
we don't. But it's okay. I told my husband the other day, because I sent those sketches to my boss and I was like so proud of them. I was like, I FaceTimed my mom and my sister, made them look at them while I was watching so they could be like, wow, that's so good. I was like, I know. Like I was just so proud of myself. And then I sent it to my boss and she was like, sounds good. Thanks. I'll get back to you on it. And I was like, oh. And I was like, it's hard because I'm like, I want them to be like, wow, these look really good, and because I feel like I did good on them and really like, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll tell you guys later. But I'm like, this is good. This is like a new standard for this, and so I was telling my husband, I'm like, the thing is like when you're an artist, or maybe it was my sister that I was telling, I was like, it's not like, here, boss, here's like, this information on accounting, it's not like something that's like there's an answer to and it's just like facts. It's like, this is like something that came from my imagination and my soul onto this using my skills that I've worked hard on, and then here you go, like I hope you like it. And it's just so much more personal than so many other jobs, and so it's just hard. Like it just is more emotional, I feel like, just because of that.
I feel that a lot. I feel like the thing that like as an artist over the years, like you get good at being callous and be like, oh, you don't like it? That's okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
It still doesn't feel that way yet for me, but that's what I think.
With some things I'm like that, like, but not with others. Not yet.
Yeah. Kayla, what are your challenges?
School. I'm keeping it simple because we're already at 30 minutes, so I'm trying to keep it simple so we can get to the topic. So school, just regular old anxiety.
Yeah.
That's about it. I lost my pair of headphones that I always would have on my ears. And that like made my anxiety like really bad because like I couldn't function as much in society. So like I just got like new ones. And so I'm pretty excited about that. But that's been like 2 trips out to Idaho Falls just for me to get headphones. So wasting a lot of time. Well, not wasting time because I'm bringing a friend and having fun, but spending a lot of time not at home right now because I'm trying to figure out everything. But just school, lots of homework, lots of stress.
Fun stuff.
So, yeah. Next art check. Let's try and speed round
All right.
this.
Lightning round.
Yeah. Next art check, Emily.
Work on the animation backgrounds.
Kylie.
Catch up on embroidery.
Okay. I keep on saying I'm going to sketch and I don't, so I'm going to try and sketch. Okay. Sweet. Our topic is staying on task. Something that our art check I don't think is known for.
I think this is really ironic. Like
I think that this is probably the most ironic topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, staying on task. As Emily said, she's been having a rough time staying on task, and that was part of her challenge. But she's the one that came up with this, so she gets to introduce it.
Yeah, I can't focus on anything. And then when I do when I do focus on something and when I like start working on something, I don't have like that that like groove. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about with like a groove?
Yeah.
It's happening at work. It's happening at home where I can't just like get into the zone. I keep finding reasons to pull myself away from something. I'm just real messy lately. Real mess inside the brain. Don't really know what to do about it other than like give my brain what it wants for a little bit. But then I'm not doing the stuff. So I don't know.
So whether I have ADHD or something else, I have plenty of experience with this. Staying on task is typically not my strong suit. Yeah. What I started to do is I don't have the ability to stay on task, but I have the ability to complete tasks. So I got a planner. Because when I have like a list of stuff and it all needs to get done that day, like I literally am like, no, I can't go to sleep until I do this. But I don't have to sit there and be like, here's my one task that I have to do. Here's the one thing. Instead, I have the option of like, okay, I have these 5 assignments due in the next 2 days, or I have this commission. I have like, I want to work out. I don't have like any fun work right now, but I want to do this. And so I have my planner next to me on my desk. And I'm allowed to hop between any of those things, but it has to be one of those things. So it's not necessarily I have to stay on task, but I have to stay on a task.
Yeah.
And then once I finish one of them, it gets crossed off. I can't move on to the next day's tasks until then. And like, it doesn't work like immediately. And there's sometimes where like, I'm more excited to do something than something else, or like, I just spent 5 hours yesterday playing Minecraft with my husband instead of we both said we were going to get ahead on homework and we didn't touch it. So like it doesn't work every day, but like a good amount of the time it's nice because I don't have to stay on task. So like I struggle with electives like hardcore because I have a beef with college. It's not an unknown thing on this art check. I have a beef with it. I work for the university. I highly respect my professors. I have a beef with the way that electives are. I think it's stupid. So anyways, I have to take electives, and I'm taking a class that I might have to wind up dropping just because like it's very controversial, social heavy class, and they were
Oh.
talking about trauma and like drug abuse, and I was like,
And you're like,
may
this
not
may
be the class.
for me.
This may not be a class that I should sit in on, but thanks. But like, so I have homework for that class, and then I'm in a PR class, and then I'm in a public speaking class. But I've already taken the public speaking class. I got a 100 in it. I'm just retaking it for fun with a friend. And
Got a 100 in that class?
I think I got like a 101 in professional
I
presentation.
don't know if I've ever gotten a 100 in a college.
I've gotten 2.
I might have. I've been in college for a long time. I mean, I'm
You
not
definitely
anymore.
should have.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got a 100 in Com 130. The second time I took it, I got like a 101. And then I got like a 101 in professional presentations and almost
I just don't think I do every assignment.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's possible for me to do it.
Well, there was like ways in the classes, like, I mean, I was retaking Com 130 after I took 305.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, like, yeah, it made it easier. And then the way that class was set up is you could take on more assignments to ensure yourself a higher grade. Because like you started off at a 0 and you earned your way up to 100. So you could earn above a 100.
Oh.
So you could take on more assignments. So that's what I did for that class. But I'm taking it from a different professor. Anyways, I have all that stuff. And so like, let's say I get sick of working on like the political stuff for this one class. Well, okay, cool. I'm allowed to either sketch or I'm allowed to read some PR textbook, or I'm allowed to what's the other thing? Or I'm allowed to work on a speech. And it's like, okay, well, when I sketch, I'm allowed to put on YouTube in the background if I'm listening to my textbook. And so each thing has like a contingency to it. Like with my textbook, I just have to put on my headphones and I have to read, and I can play like solitaire on my phone while I listen. Or like if I'm sketching, I'm allowed to put on YouTube on the TV, but I have to sit at my desk. And so each one of those things has like a little like, if I get sick of working on the political stuff, okay, well, while I was working on that, though, I was able to listen to music in the background. And so each like task has like a fun thing that I can do with it. So let's say I want a YouTube break. Okay, well, now my YouTube break is also associated with me sketching.
Yeah.
And so if I want to watch YouTube, great, but I have to hold my sketchbook in my hand. It doesn't mean I have to get 3 pages of sketches done, but it has to be there. I have to be sitting there actively like looking at the sketchbook because something will wind up on the paper. So I don't think that's necessarily like staying on task, but that's how I complete tasks.
That's honestly really helpful because I've been like skirting around that in routines, but not like knowing that. So like the past couple weeks excluded, but like the months before that, I've been like working in silence, which is really weird for me. Like not a normal thing that I do. And I think it was because of Secret Project.
Yeah.
Really hyper focus. And so it was fine that nothing was on in the background. And on top of that, like Netflix let go of The Office. That was my background noise. And then
you just got to buy those DVDs.
Yeah. Well, I was chatting with my dad and he's like, oh, do you want my Peacock login? So I think we're back, baby. But, but I, like this past week, while I was working on the animation, because I was like, why am I finding like looking at the clock every 20 minutes and being like, what do you mean it's only been 20 minutes while I'm working on the animation? Because it's something that I should be enjoying more than like I should be into the zone. Not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I'm not like getting into like focus.
Yeah.
And this past week I put on some video game streams. I don't even know what they were playing. Well, I knew what they were playing, but I don't remember what happened on the stream. I wasn't watching it. And I like finally had like this click moment of like, aha, I'm into it now. And it feels right again, because it's just been feeling like if I'm not working on the thing that I'm obsessing over, then I don't want to do anything else. And really frustrating because I do want to work on other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that finding some sort of like incentive to be like, while you're working on this, you get to do this is really helpful, because I think my brain just needs that right now, of like feeling like I'm being handed candy, even if I'm not.
This is the planner that I have. They sell it at Target and Walmart. It's like this specific one. They have like a floral pattern at Walmart. Like, anyways, it has these little like to-do check boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this is all of the homework that I had to do on Saturday. Now, some of it was on Canvas, some of it was just set in class. And so like as I heard each thing, I had to write it down. And so like when I was doing the Adobe Skills Assessment, I was allowed to play music on my Echo, and nobody else was home. So it could be as loud as I wanted it to be, like, completely fine. Like, I put Midnight Inner Crate and just like did that. But so like for the self-promotion, I was allowed to actually have like TV on in the background, or like I had a friend over when I was working on that, because like that was one of those things where it was like, okay, I could talk and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I had to like explore my political leanings with like a 10-question quiz. So that one.
What is this class?
Persuasion. Hanson.
Okay.
She is one of the nicest people I have ever met.
She's so cool.
She's so cool, and I want to be like her when I grow up. It's interesting.
But like her teaching it, I'm like, of course. But
yeah. She's fantastic. One of the students said something that really got under my skin, because they were generalizing trauma, and I was about to fight, so I just muted myself and turned off my camera and walked away. But so now I'm like iffy on that class, because like some of the students are ticking me off, but they're learning, they're naive, they don't know yet. So
she's really good at being like,
oh, she is.
What you're saying has this impact.
Yeah.
You're not considering this.
Yeah, no, she's fantastic. But so then it's like all of this stuff. Oh, this is really hard. Okay. Not to like mute you guys or like lower you guys, but I'm just going to do this because this makes it so much easier. Okay. So anyways, and basically like I was allowed to work on any of this list here, but it all had to be done here except for this thing. This could be done by Monday. And so I was allowed to, because like on Friday, I had absolutely nothing due. And so it was like, okay, everything here needs to be done. But I have friends coming over on Saturday, and I want to be able to do that, but I'm not allowed to do that until any of this is done. So it takes like a lot of like, I guess more like dedication of like, not dedicate, like self-discipline.
Yeah.
For like, you literally can't go off of this list. But for me, if I feel trapped in one task, I would rather die. It's never going to get done. But if I have the option of like this thing was just like random tasks that I had to get done that day. And it was like, okay, well, I have these 6 things that have to get done today. I can choose whatever order. Some of these places are open 8 to 5, so they have to be done within that time frame. But whatever it needs to get done. And so personally, that helps me a lot. Kiley also probably has some like great ways to get stuff done. You were a TA for like some like pretty hefty classes.
And you're a list fiend.
Something.
You're a list fiend.
Yeah, you were super list.
I feel like a lot of it I said like when we talked about productivity or organizing. Because that's what it comes down to for me. But the tricky thing is, I guess, like, that helps me know, like, organization is one thing. I'm not great at staying on task because I have crippling ADHD as well. And so I just, like, if I have too much, I get paralyzed, like,
that's
ADHD
fair.
paralysis and stuff.
Is that a thing?
Is that really a thing? Oh,
I didn't know that was a thing.
You're clarifying so much for me.
I know. Yeah, so
I didn't realize that.
Really bad paralysis, and I like can't do anything. But I think like staying on task, it really is tricky. Like, it's probably something I struggle with almost the most, you know? It's just
Yeah.
like I get, and for me, like sometimes I think a tip I would give is like sometimes key is to maybe give yourself a break, because like for me, if I am like so I need to stay on task, and I'm not, and I keep getting distracted, like I'll waste way more time if I sit there and try to do my like homework assignment or whatever all day and keep ending up on Facebook scrolling, versus if I'm like, no, you know what, I'm gonna take a me break, you know, and I'm gonna actually like allow myself, instead of like I'm failing at staying on task by getting distracted, I'm like, no, I'm giving myself permission to be distracted and to do something for like 30 minutes. Or like I'll let myself watch a TV show every time I work. Like I have to finish one assignment and then I can watch one episode. Like that's what I have to do, you know, is because I'm like, I know I can't stay on task for very long. Like I have very short like spurts of energy, unless it's like on Saturday or no, Sunday, I think. I literally worked all day. That's the day I like designed the stickers, ordered the stickers, did the tattoo.
That was
did the
productive
stickers.
as heck for
Like,
you.
I got a ton, but it doesn't, I realize I'm not the one in control. Like I don't get to decide if I'm gonna like sit down and be productive all day. Like Emily was saying, like it's like at work, at home, like you're just struggling to stay on task. And it's like, yeah, we go through that. And then there'll also be days where it's like I'm productive as heck and I can like get a ton done, you know. But I realized that like I have no clue what today will hold. Like I could be productive, I could not be. And so if I'm like noticing that I'm not staying on task, I have to just be like, okay, today's a really hard day. Like maybe I need to just go take a nap. Like maybe I'm exhausted and I can't concentrate because I'm like, I need like some like sleep or food or something. And if that's the case, then I try and like give myself that and then get back to work. Or if it's like I just am so burnt out and I'm sick of doing work, then I like reward myself and I'm like, okay, let's just do little pieces at a time. Or like I'll just be like, okay, after I finish these assignments I get to do this, or after I finish these assignments I get to do this. And then that helps me just power through them, because that means I can go do something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's like, just embracing it.
Yeah, the rewarding myself at the end doesn't work for me because it feels like dieting. Like why am I doing this? What is the point?
Yeah,
you're just torturing yourself.
The rewards at the end, like I've heard of them helping like a bunch of people. They never worked for me.
Yeah. About finding out what works for you.
Yeah. Like, and also I'm gonna say this right now. I don't have the official autism diagnosis, but we're all 99% sure that that's what it is. Yeah. And so I'm going to speak as if I have it. But if anybody comes at me, it's not official, because getting tested is really weird. And
stuff is expensive.
It's very hard to get into a test. It's very hard to find somebody that will test me.
And you're a woman in adulthood. Like the likelihood of you getting diagnosed, regardless of whether or not you have it, is low.
It's hard,
especially for women. So there's my little thing. I'm gonna speak. Kiley has ADHD, and so Kiley Moore, you have ADHD or ADD? I don't want to misspeak.
It's the same diagnosis.
Yeah, but one of them is hyperactive, and then one of them.
I'm definitely hyperactive.
Okay, so like Kiley has ADHD. I'm more like autism side of things. So like ADHD, it might help you more to do like what Kiley's saying. For me, like if I like, there are some days where like today I freaking woke up and I went to class and I got out of class at 9 and then I slept until 12:30 and then I woke up and I went to class from 2 to 3 and I went to counseling until 4, and then I have been not productive except for attending class and giving a speech. And so like today was not one of those days where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna get all this stuff done, but I work decently well under pressure of like everything needs to get done, so long as I don't have like 20 and I have it like on a list. And so I have the ability to like sit down at my desk and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit here because I'm either gonna bore myself to death or I'm gonna work on one of these things. And those are my options, because I don't do well with no stimulation. I don't do well with overstimulation, but like no stimulation, That's the
I'm the
worst thing
same
in the
way.
world.
That's why I literally have to embroider while I'm doing Artcheck.
Yeah.
Like I have to be doing something else. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Have you ever tried having a productivity buddy?
What's that?
So I do this a lot with like my friends or even my husband. Like,
Are we productivity buddies?
similar, yeah, but no. So somebody to check in with, yes, but when I say productivity buddy, I mean more like if somebody else is being productive right next to me, I can't not be productive. And
Can't relate. I'm the distractor. I'm like, hey, stop doing your homework.
I was just thinking, I was like, well, I've worked at home and next to Tim, and that didn't help for sure.
Yeah.
But it could have just been because I was working at home.
No, Jacob likes to distract me a lot. But like Maddie comes over a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Maddie and I will sit on the couch out there and we'll each do homework, and like every so often we can have a conversation with each other. But like we both understand, like, okay, we each have our planners. We actually have the same type of planner. So it's like, and we're sharing 2 classes.
Nice.
So it's like, hey, it's just because like they were available and we were like, those planners look nice. But anyways, and so we will sit there and like, it's a lot easier for me to get stuff done when I know that somebody else is getting stuff done right next to me. And so like I've gone into like Libert's office and worked on stuff while he's working on stuff. I've gone into Rodman's office and worked on stuff while he's working on stuff. I will go sit, like if I could, I would go sit in a classroom while they're teaching class, just because people around me are being productive and I can be productive at that point.
That would help me.
I'm literally like
sitting in a classroom.
Did you guys, okay, question. In classes, when you were given time to work on the homework assignment, did you work on it and get it done? Like, because I'm starting to realize something. I feel like I'm in a therapy session because like
I'm uncovering things.
I know, I'm like, seriously, because if I'm around other people, I can't work because I'm such a freaking social person. I'm like, if I'm around people and I have the opportunity to like be talking to them or like spending quality time with them, that's why I have to, like, whenever I had to actually get work done in college when I was single, I would have to go to the library like without people, or I would have to like go into my room without people. Like I couldn't be by my significant other. I couldn't be by a roommate I liked. So like I had to be alone. And like anytime in high school they were like, hey, you have time to get homework done before the end of class. I'm like, I'd rather sit at home and do homework alone than work on an assignment in class where I could be talking to my friends. Like I just am like,
that's so funny.
How different things work for different people.
Yeah, I am able to, and like I said, I lost my headphones, and that was like I feel so weird. It's like a material thing that like helps, but like I lost my headphones, and like that's been like the worst thing in the world because I can't do anything. But if they give me time to work on stuff in class, I'll have both of my headphones in, like chilling. Or there were days last semester, towards the end of the semester, where they gave us time to work on homework in class, and I just laid on the floor and stared at the ceiling because I didn't want to do anything. That's that's what happened. The professor came and sat in a desk next to me and was like, "You good?" I was like,
I'm fine now.
Thank you for giving me 20 minutes of peace. I really appreciate it. But
that's so crazy.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say?
No, I find it really useful. Like, but the thing is, you have to find somebody else that's dedicated to being productive during that time. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Like,
don't come for me, guys.
Like for me, like if you tell me, hey, you just need to come over and be productive right next to me, like I will come sit next to you. She's attesting that I laid on the floor in class and the professor came and sat at a desk next to me. That's exactly what's going on.
Corrected herself there.
Oh, I can attest.
I can attest.
Yeah, no, that was like the last day of the semester. He gave us popcorn and M&Ms and everything. He's like, it's okay.
Oh, that's a good combo.
Anyways, like if somebody else is dedicated to it, it makes it a lot easier. But like in a classroom full of people, the reason I put in my headphones is because nobody else is like dedicated to working during that time. And so I'm or like, so I also am one of those people where like I don't have the social adeptness.
Adaptability.
Yeah. Like I don't have the social, like, I guess, awareness or like knowledge that everybody else has, where not everybody else, but a lot of other people have, where it's like, okay, if I make people stop distracting me and I force them to be back on focus, that could come across as rude. For me, it doesn't. There's no clicking there. I understand it afterwards. I'm like, oh crap. But like, if people are like, we're trying to have an on topic, we're trying to be on focus, I'm gonna call people out and be like, hey, let's go back to let's go, you know. And so like I do it all the time. It doesn't, I realize it after, like when I see people's faces, I'm like, but like for me, it's just like, hey, we all are in this class right now, we should be productive, stop distracting me. I get like aggravated with people, and it's not like aggravated like I'm gonna yell at them, but I'm just like, okay,
the amount of things that you guys are saying to me that relate so hard that make me feel like I need to go see somebody is like, what the freak? Like,
I can
you're
tell
just
you
saying
where
so many things that I'm like, no way.
Yeah, no, I just like, if you want to try it with somebody and you're okay with me forcing you,
I'm okay with you.
Like, okay with, and then I will totally do it. But like, no, if it's Maddie still watching, Maddie last semester would come over and hang out my place all the time, and I would be like, okay, we're gonna be productive, and then we wouldn't get anything done. And so I started to tell her, I was like, dude, if we're not productive, I'm taking you home. And it was like a threat, like, if we're not productive, you're going home. And it fixed it right away.
Do you know what I've had in my head of like this amazing idea of like, oh, do you know what would be so cool is if I was able to rent an office and have an office buddy that I rented it with them, and we had a setup and we were just coworkers basically. Like I had my own coworker. And every now and then we'd have a conversation and get back to work because we're at work.
Yeah. You know what? I'm a stay-at-home full-time student dog mom. Give me a time where it's just you, Tim's not home so he can't distract us, and I will be there.
I want to cry.
That's what we will do.
Why is this so like striking me to the core? This is what I needed. Like,
yeah. No, the thing is, and like, I just don't have the capability that, and this is one of the reasons we think I'm autistic, everybody. I don't have the capability to understand that, like, for some people that may not be what they, like, they're not in class to be productive. It doesn't, like, I understand. Yeah. Like, I compare myself to a robot sometimes, and like jokingly, like I say I glitch and stuff. Like my friends do it too. It's pretty funny, but like it just doesn't compute in my brain that like somebody could be in class and like when they give us time, like they're not like, oh yeah, we're going to be productive right now. Because for me, that's a time where I can ask the professor questions. That's a time where I can ask other people for their opinions. That's a time where I can like put in my headphones and I have to be focused. Like I can't joke around during that time. Like I did lay down on the floor because I was getting married the next week and it just wasn't going well. but like other than that, no, like I just totally, man, that's why, Ellie, you don't remember because we weren't close until after you were my TA, but like, well, I was the project manager, and when people were off topic, it pissed me off so much. And so I would just use the whiteboard. I don't know if you remembered how much I was using that whiteboard.
I remember
when I was project manager.
Like crowded around it. Yeah.
Because I was like, no, we're doing this.
With me.
Yeah.
You chatted with me a lot after those classes because I had free time and I wasn't exactly respecting your boundaries. I was just like chatting with you until I was done.
And we're friends now.
She's not telling me to leave.
but it was, I totally like, I do it to Jacob too. This poor, I love him, but I don't know why he's with me. I will make him a list on our whiteboard. We have colors on the whiteboard that goes on my half of the wall. And if he's not being productive and he's just joking around and there's stuff on his list, I get so pissed at him. I get so mad. I'm like, why are you just sitting there watching YouTube videos when we have a list of stuff? But no, that's the thing. I need like options. Like, you can't look at me and be like, Kayla, you have to at this exact moment do this one thing. It's like, no, I can't. Like, I can't do that. What I can do is you say, hey, you have 3 hours, get these 5 things done.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing that's really frustrating to me, though, is that I'm in this moment where it's like I feel like I need something or somebody to pull me through my unfocusedness, right? Mm-hmm. But it's also really frustrating that, like, I'm in a very similar mindset to other times when I've done 6 straight hours of work without stopping. You know what I mean? That, like, it's the same mindset, same commitment, but like I
have stuff.
What? Tell me.
I have stuff to say. So, I had a what do we want to call it? Come to Jesus moment with Kerr last semester, and he called me out on a lot of stuff, and I've talked about it on Artcheck. He wasn't mean. He said it nicely, but it hurt still.
Told you what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear?
Yes. Okay. But what I was realizing too is because, like, I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, and it wasn't just him that, like, he said it straight up, but like other people were making comments to me of like, you weren't as productive as like you used to be. You used to do this, and like what happened, or like what happened to you? And it wasn't just professors, but it was like some other people too. And it's just like, I got really pissed off. I was like, I don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. Like, I've changed. This was 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Like, for me, what happened was I got to a mentally better spot because when I was as productive as everybody was saying I was, it's because I had like 3 conversations with Kerr about how I needed to stop using my art to run from the past.
You literally were at this around the same time talking about addiction.
Yeah.
On Artcheck, and about how design was your replacement.
Design was my replacement for nicotine. Yeah. Extremely. It was, and I still think sometimes I turn to it, but it's more of like a chill thing now. We're like, okay, I do my homework, I do what I want to do. I'm not like, when I'm not doing, like, when I was on my honeymoon, I wasn't getting to do it. I definitely like had like withdrawals, quote unquote, but like it wasn't like this absolute, like, I'm spending 6 hours a day, where I remember my roommates, like, because I had to move apartments because I had the whole roommate thing, which I know Emily knows about, but I don't know about Kiley, but I'll get into it later if you don't. Yeah, I think Kiley does. But like, this roommate caused a PTSD attack. I was like in distress. Like, I lost my memory. I lost my short-term memory. I had conversations with professors. Thank God that all of them are patient, because I'm pretty sure I had conversations with them 3 or 4 times in a row. I distinctly remember I was like, hey, I went to Liber. I was like, hey, can you show me how to do this? And he was like, I showed you that this morning. And I was like, no. He was like,
please tell me that you're lying. No.
And he was like, it's fine. We'll do it again. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And so like, the thing is that what you have to do is take into accountability. When you were doing 6 hours straight, what was motivating you then?
I mean, it was manic, but like some of the other times were manic, but like a month ago, it was awesome. It was fun. I was just living my best life. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel manic. New. Yeah. I mean, like, cause like, if I think about like 18-day projects, right? I was spending 6 hours
on
3
your
to
illustration?
6 hours a day on my illustrations, and I was eating it up. But I'll admit that it in retrospect it was a little bit manic. Like, but this wasn't that. It was just fun, and I just loved it. And I wasn't doing it every day. I was doing it a couple times a week, where it was like straight work. And it still wasn't like insane productivity. It was just insane focus. So I'd be writing and then I'd be stopping to think about something, and I would take a mental detour for like 15 minutes and then jump back in. And after I had sorted things out in my brain, it made more sense. So it wasn't like hyperactivity, but it was hyper focus in a way that didn't feel like, what's wrong with me? Why am I on a roll? It was like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like those ones, like, I mean, the manic ones definitely, we hope they don't stick around. Mine stuck around for like a year and a half, and still sometimes is there, but it's definitely not as bad. Shout out to Kurt. Thanks for calling me out like 5 times. Thanks for all of the talks that we've had in your office. Or like just walking around campus. But no, it's like one of those points where like I have to look at it. I'm like, okay, this was productive, but like what's going on in my life now? Like back however long ago, you didn't also have this animation that you needed to work on. You know? And so like this animation, you're getting money for it. Like that's like a job type of thing. And so your fun thing, your secret project, I almost slipped up there. Oh my gosh, your secret project that I'm not going to share details of. I would literally just delete this whole Artcheck. I would download it and delete it. It would be gone. The episode would end right there. I
appreciate that so much.
The episode would end right there. I would hate myself forever.
The very few people that are watching on and off at the moment. But
yeah, nope, I don't care. It would be gone. The broadcast would be ended. I would download it from YouTube, delete it, take it into Premiere, cut off the last bit, and then just write, Kayla messed up. Here's where you find our stuff, and throw it back up. Anyways, sorry.
That's okay, girl.
God, I almost said it again. Give me a second.
Really, honestly, like, am
the secret.
So appreciative of you freaking out this much. I'm like, wow, like, I slipped.
You said it's a secret.
Yeah, if I had slipped, I wouldn't have been like, Carson, God, like. Anyways.
No, but it's my fault, and it can't be. If you mess up, it's your thing that you're messing up about.
Yeah.
If it's me, it's your thing that I'm messing. It's the loyalty thing that we talked about last time on Artcheck. Anyways,
I really appreciate you not wanting to spoil my secret.
You're welcome. So anyways, so the secret project, that was like your only thing, man. Like that was it. Like I remember you coming to Artcheck, and Kiley was in and out at that time, not as like as back into it as she is now, which is like awesome because I love having Kiley here.
Yeah.
But like at that point, it was like Emily would come on and be like, "Oh yeah, I was working on secret project stuff, so I didn't really do much." And I was like,
I was like, I'm working on a personal project.
Yeah,
and way more serious than what it was.
And I got to see it. I'm like, I get to see all the stuffs. Yeah. Like it's great.
Anything I want to show, I show it to you guys, or if I need to like run something, if I want to run, I need to run it by you. Yeah. Can I just say also, I think I have this problem where the second money is tied to something, I don't want to do it. Like I've coded it to my head.
It takes the passion away.
That if it's because I am getting paid for it, because every job I've ever had has been, I need money, so I'll do this job. Right? Mm-hmm. So the second I'm doing something that I like for a job, I think my brain is coding it and telling me that you don't like it because it's a job. Mm-hmm. So the second I take on a commission, I am dragging my feet for a good chunk, and then I try to trigger like the getting into the zone, and then I'm excited and blah, blah, blah. But when a commission's over, I'm glad it's over. And I don't know, like the second I start to associate like you're earning money for this, I think. And I'm just realizing this today that, but I want to earn money for things. So that's not the solution to do stuff for free. So I don't know how to recode that.
So, I mean, for me, like the TA thing was like, the public speaking job thing was like a money thing, I got like pretty like sick of that kind of fast because it was like tied to money. The TA job thing was a lot more fun for me. But then it started to go away from the fun aspects and be more like, okay, I need you just to do the grading. And so then that for me, it was kind of like, well, I like got hired to do these projects and then switched. But for me, like I worked at that really crap job that will not be named. That
The one
it
that
has
has like a couple weeks. Okay.
the one
one,
where
the
like
most
the
recent one.
CEO,
Yeah.
the one where the
Yeah.
CEO like came in and
Was
demoted me and it felt really humiliating. Yeah, that one. That one, I got hired to do something and then it switched and I was getting paid, but like there was not enough money in the world that could have made me stay at that job.
Yeah.
But like even when I was like just doing the blog posts, like before the whole like humiliation of it all. Sorry, my friend is bringing me water because I am absolutely dying in here.
Yeah, I want you to know you've been the one with all the answers today.
That's like never me.
And so your throat, your poor throat is dry from giving
I know
wonderful instruction for the past 40 minutes, 50
Sweet,
minutes.
sweet wisdom.
Sweet wisdom flowing from your brain.
Yeah, we also turned on the heat this morning, so it's freezing cold in our apartment. And the office door has been closed all day. And so it's like it's a heater. It's a sauna in this room. But my dog just came in. Hey.
Hi, Pupper.
She says hello.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, what was I saying? Oh, there's not enough money in the world that could have made me do it. But when I was at that job, like they were like, hey, write a blog post. And this was after they had kind of already treated me crappy, but they didn't push me to my limit at this. They pushed you guys to your limit for me. And you guys told me to quit. But I was like, no, stick it out. I found something to do with it. Like I was like, all right, you're gonna make me write a blog post. Bet I also know how to use Adobe XD, so I'm gonna mock it up for you. So this way you can't take what I wrote and change it because you don't know how to work this program.
Hey.
And so yeah. And so I was a little bit spiteful at that job. Please. Future employers, I promise you I'm not spiteful. I just if anybody made it this far into the episode and you're judging me based off of this, please don't. I'm a very nice person. But no, and then it hit a point where it's like you can't pay me enough money for this. But like your background thing for Kerr, like one, you respect Kerr. We all respect Kerr. He's great. But also like there's gotta be stuff about it that you like. Like you liked the little ribcage thing.
The ribcage was awesome. I love the inspiration of the art style. Been making all these pretty, like the stuff that I'm making, I'm like, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Like
it's just hard to get there.
I don't know. I don't know. Like there's this, I mean, and there's not, I don't think there's a single problem wrong with the project. Like I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited.
It's just not your secret project.
I think it's because it's not my personal project, and I would really like to be in a position in which I can be excited about all of the projects I do, including the ones I get hired for. And I am excited for it. It doesn't make any sense. I am excited for it, but my brain is telling me I'm not. Does that make sense?
You know what Kerr says? And he says this a lot, and he says it in class. And if he's watching this, he's going to be like, you messed up my quote, because I'm not quoting him correctly. This is me paraphrasing Kerr. But he's like, I finally got to a standpoint with money where like I have my full-time job, and then if a project doesn't interest me, I can just say no. Like you can't pay me enough money to make me want to do this project. And that's like where I want to be in my life. I'm 21.
It's
like,
just like
you have to work towards that
it's
point.
Cool because it's a project I do need the money and I do want to do it, and it is kind of like perfect for me, you know. What's wrong with me? Like I don't know. It's definitely like my brain is
just you're not.
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm kind of being quiet, but everything in my head is like I feel the same way. Like when I get commissioned, like the tattoo I got commissioned for, I'm like so excited to design a tattoo. It's something I like doing, but at the same time, like I feel a lot of like kind of like this dread, but it's not like because I don't like it, you know, it's just
I
like
don't understand.
I don't know. And I don't
What
know
is
what
that?
it is, but I feel the same way with like every single commission. The only time I haven't felt it is those t-shirt designs I did. Like that was the first time I've been commissioned to do something in probably over a year where I like was excited to do it and felt confident instead of like this like I don't know. So I just wanted to jump in and let you know that like don't mistake my silence as like I can't relate, Emily.
I wonder
can.
if like because I am like a mind space like compartmentalization type person. So like when I'm at work, I am jazzed about super boring stuff. And I am excited that I get to do this, but like, and I don't know if it's because I don't have a lot of experience of like, hey, let's do this thing you are super passionate about for somebody else. And then my brain is telling me like mixing it up. I don't know, because like I'm doing stuff for somebody else all the time at work. And and it's not even like a thing that I'm particularly passionate about, but I am enjoying myself. And it's not really a hang up. Like sometimes I lose focus, right? But I'm not like, I don't know. And maybe like, because if I was bored at work, I wouldn't be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so bored at work? Of course I'm bored at work, you know? And so I think maybe there's this expectation reality gap between working for somebody when you're doing the thing that you're passionate about actually. I don't know. There's something that I need to uncover here about my brain or something because it
I think
like,
it's like what you said where you're like,
know.
I'm getting paid to it, so why do I want to do it?
right. And maybe the answer is I want to get paid, or at least like that's the first answer that I'm
maybe it's also like you're not doing it for yourself, and maybe your mind like some of the excitement comes from just doing something because you love to do it, you know, and like so maybe part of it is like, I mean, even if I hated this, I would still have to do it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe there's just like this, like me knowing that it's not fully intrinsic, as opposed to at work, I have to do this. It's not intrinsic whatsoever, but I'm getting paid and I've fallen into this routine of understanding how this works. And it feels like something is like the animation, it feels like it's supposed to be intrinsic because it's a really creative project, but because it didn't come from my brain, that my brain is like, I reject you. I don't know. It doesn't reject it. This episode makes it sound like I don't enjoy the project.
No,
I do.
It sounds like you do. I think
I really do.
Because it's not like
it's just
any
I
of
can't
us.
focus on stuff lately, and that is the thing I can't focus on. And so, I don't know, man. I don't know. My brain. You're definitely muted, by the way.
Mava, I'm like drinking water right now, and
That's
I
okay.
feel weird like drinking it with my mic right here, and then you guys can like hear me.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the inside of your throat as you go like glug glug glug. I think that's a good choice.
Which is why I've had it muted.
I think that's a good choice to mute it.
Anyways, my throat is like dying right now.
Well, we are over as well, and you talked for most of it.
Yeah, it's great. That's one of those things where like I get it at the same time. This is gonna be some like real self information for anybody that stuck around for this. I'm doing like everything, not anymore, but like I was motivated by like spite for a really long time. Like the only reason that I was in college, the only reason I do half of what I do is because I was told that I wouldn't be anything. And so I'm spiteful. And so I do everything. So I'm like, screw you. You said that I'm not going to be anything. So I'm going to be something. I'm going to be the best. Yeah. The best that I can be. So for me, like every time that like I get commissioned to do something or whatever, I'm like, okay, this is like my chance to like show like you should hire me again. You should do this with me again. You should commission me again. You should
Yeah.
like, I take it as like a,
To prove yourself, kind of.
yeah. Hi. Sorry, my dog just came up looking really concerned at me. She's like concerned that I'm not paying attention to her, I guess, because typically when she's in the office, I am. She's like, "Are you having anxiety because you're not loving me?" But yeah, that one I'm not gonna be as helpful on, which is why I just kind of like chilled and muted myself and drank water.
Okay.
So, but I'm also not where you're at. I'm not out of college yet. One second, I'm gonna talk to my.
It's a weird thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I like the real issue is that I can't focus, and that's kind of if I were doing anything, it wouldn't matter unless it was.
I'll
secret
come be your
project,
productivity buddy.
Yeah, I would love that. Because I want to finish it this week. Like I want to be like, yeah, I knocked it out of the park in a good time frame. Yeah, and also like I am also like terrified that like I did it all wrong and then I have to redo it all. Hi, baby.
Midnight.
Hi, midnight. Puppy dog
So
eyes. But yeah,
That's my
like,
baby.
yeah, I don't know. I definitely. Oh, you're still muted.
Yeah. I really just like every time I drink, I just feel so weird, or like eat or anything. I just
I
feel
don't
so.
blame you. Yeah.
I feel so weird, but like I always have to drink while we're doing this because like I just start dying. Crap. I'll come be your productivity buddy.
I would.
Because I need to do sketches. I've gotten no sketches done. And I've been saying I'm going to get that done.
We'll put
for
ourselves
like
on a timer, be like, all right, we can chat and for 15 minutes and we have to shut up. Then after that, we have to stop.
Just put on, and then you just put on The Office in the background because I can work with background noise. I'm totally down to put on The Office or Friends or something in the background. And
Are you cool with music?
Yeah, I don't really like classical. Anything with words, I'm more down with. But
with words, I was gonna be like, do you like Minecraft music?
We can listen to Minecraft music.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care.
I might
just put like a headphone in too. Just don't be offended. But no,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be helpful to have me, but I like. Yeah, I have to have somebody else there to call me out, which is I love my husband. I can't do homework with him because he's like Kiley. There's somebody else in the room, so we have to talk.
Also, like my husband, I always want to bother my husband, whether he wants me to or not.
Everybody that watched Wednesday's Artcheck I'm sorry that I'm not petting you, but please stop pawing at me. I am okay. She's just looking at me like, you're not okay.
Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
This is why she's going to be a service dog, everybody, because she's a great ESA.
She's very emotionally intuitive.
Yeah. But, no, he's like, we've got to talk. And then freaking, if you watch Wednesday's episode, just go to the end where he scares the hell out of me and then continues to distract Artcheck for the last like 15 minutes of it. And that's what it's like to live with.
Yeah.
But
see, I want to do that to Tim. Like if we're both working, I want to be like,
well, the thing is that he messes with me and then he decides, oh, it's time for me to be on task now, and just puts on his headset and ignores me. I'm like, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
But no, you won't be able to. I mean, you'll be able to get me to like distracted for like a little bit, but not that long.
Yeah.
I'll realize it and then I'll just be like, hey, no.
Quit that.
Because when we get super off topic on Artcheck, I'm
if
usually
I put myself into the right mental space of like, hey, you can't do this, and this other person also knows that, it's very different. Because like I would love to just chit chat with my coworkers the whole time, right? But that's not going to happen, and I know that. So I stop talking after a while. Or if I'm busy, I put my headphones in when I see that they're talking.
You know what?
I would like to talk with them.
You know what? tomorrow I'm going to take a picture of the Mac lab schedule.
Yeah.
Because there's no lab assistant in there anymore. It's just an empty classroom a lot.
Yeah.
I'm the lab assistant again as of today, but I got my job back. I know, which I didn't think was going to happen. So, like, really happy about that. But it's, like, way different. You have to set up a specific, you have to, like, it's a whole thing. I'll explain it. But it's cool. But it's all through, I'm, like, on Zoom only. And so, anyways, they're sending students to the library Mac lab or the tutoring center now. So the Sporty Mac lab just, like, sits open. I don't have my key anymore, but they just, like, leave it open after classes. So I'll take a picture. You choose the time.
Yeah.
We'll go to the Mac
lab.
lab.
My house if you
That's
want.
true.
I have chairs.
I just feel bad about your kitty.
We'll play them away it'll be okay.
Okay.
It'll be okay. We can give him breaks and keep him away from you where I give him some attention and put him back or something.
Okay, that's fine. I just feel bad.
Or I could go to your house too.
Oh no, you have to hang out with my dog.
Oh no.
She's a good distraction. I'm sorry. I'm talking about how you're a distraction. She's laying under my chair now.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she likes to protect me. Anyways, we're at an hour and 26 minutes.
Way off.
And my throat is dead, and this cup was filled all the way when it was brought to me. And now I'm halfway done. And this cup had water in it.
Oh my gosh.
And this had chocolate milk in it. And it's all gone.
I think it's time for an outro.
I think so. Okay, give me a second.
More water.
The outro takes a lot of talking in itself.
You're like, I gotta prime the throat.
Yeah, I have to like be able to. All right. Because I also have to re-energize myself for the outro. I never do like a lame outro.
Yes, hands, energy, send, receive.
If you want to find my stuff, go to @thecomeback_KLD on Instagram and Twitter. I think I have a Facebook page. It's not under that. I don't know what it's under. So don't go try and find it because I haven't posted on there in like whenever I did my sticker stint. If either of you remember that abomination. That god-awful abomination. Just don't go looking. It's not even under my last name anymore, so good luck, everybody. If you want to find Emily's stuff, go to @Gumanelli. Like I said before, her name isn't even Emily. Kiley and I just have been given special permission to call her Emily, and like nobody else has it. It's very like it's like a security level. Like, yeah.
Clearance.
Yeah, we have like a security clearance. But yeah, she doesn't even go by Emily on this. And so yeah. If you want to find Kylie's stuff, it used to be somewhere else, but now it's @petals.inc_. And that's where you will find all of her cool new stuff.
I also have a link tree. My Etsy shop and everything in there.
It's in the bio.
And my personal account if you guys are ever so inclined.
It's all in the bio down below. You should hit the like button, hit the dislike button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, because I didn't hit the bell on the freaking indie review show, and so I kept on getting notified about the after parties that they were doing on their private channel, and I was like, how am I missing this? It's because I didn't hit the bell. If you want to know when we're going live and you don't want to do the math or wonder if we're actually going to be on time, just hit the bell.
That happens a lot.
That happens all the time. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Hit the bell. And then what'll happen is you'll get sent a fancy little push notification to your devices when we go live. And, Ronnie used to join us when we were Tuesday, Thursdays. He joined us once like last week, and it's sad that we've kind of missed out on having him here now that we're Monday, Wednesdays again. But go check out his stuff. And then irsagency.com, they go on like in an hour, right?
Yeah, in 50 minutes.
In 50 minutes. Go watch them because they're cool. Yeah. And they talk about comics. And if you go to Sorry. If you go to this link, I was like trying not to sneeze, and that was what my body came up with.
Was clearing your throat.
Yeah, I was like trying not to sneeze. I was like, this is gonna be the loudest thing, like right here.
Oh,
Anyways, go to irsagency.com. It's not about your taxes. It's about comics and indie stuff. And
Yeah.
they're just doing comics right now, right? I know they're going to move from comics in the future. They've discussed it. But
I
right
think
now,
they're definitely like scratching this itch of comics.
yeah, of comics that they've had for a long time. So just, yeah, go check out that and subscribe to them and hit the notification bell and leave a comment. And we will see you on Wednesday for just a check-in, no topic, but just a check-in, and it'll have to be like 15 minutes. So the most focused check-in
We're
that
gonna
you
be
will ever
on
see,
task.
that you will ever
Kayla,
see.
you should have seen me and Emily's check-in while you were gone for
We
your
had a
wedding.
really
Like
quick
it was like,
check-in.
yeah, it was like
Was it
15
really?
minutes exactly, and
Oh,
we
it's
like
me.
were a bit chatty.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm the issue. It's all me.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's all me. It's all me. I'm the one that's like sometimes like
The
I
one
just don't
person
know.
that had all the answers for the
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, the irony of that actually. But anyways, thank you for joining us. Go check out all this stuff. Go make art. Check out our art. Check out everybody else's art. And we'll see you on Wednesday.